me give you a little bit about my background. I've served in the Oklahoma legislature now for 12 years, starting this month. I was elected to the House of Representatives at 22 from Poto, representing House District 3. And then in 2002, I actually got the opportunity to run for the state senate and was elected at the age of 25 to the state senate. And I've served in the leadership teams in both chambers in the House and the Senate, and currently serve as the Democratic Caucus Chairman in the House. And you will know, dealing with Democrats is like herding cats when you try to deal with all Democratic senators in the state and get them all to agree on certain issues. We are a very diverse group of individuals in the state Senate. We all have our own ideas, and all parts of our state have different landscapes and cultures and ideas how things should work. And so you have to try to really work together. You learn the art of compromise and consensus when you deal with such a diverse state like Oklahoma. And so that's where I've really got a good background in dealing with folks, is from just being in the state Senate, dealing with people who have different needs. And the one thing I've learned is Eastern Oklahoma has certain needs, Western Oklahoma has something different, and Central part of the state even has a whole different set of things that needs to be addressed. And so that's one of the things I think I want to focus on as Lieutenant Governor, is understanding that the only way this state grows is that we all grow together. And that means that we can't do a one-size-fits-all approach for Oklahoma. We have to really look at all parts of our state, figure out what's the best fit, and then work diligently with our local elected leaders, our community and civic organizations to make sure we're moving this state forward. And that's what I'm committed to do. I think the most important thing we can do in this state is create jobs. And now let me be clear about something. I believe there's a difference in creating jobs and good jobs. I learned that the hard way as a legislator. As you recruit industries, there's some industries you just don't want because they create more problems than what they bring as solutions. And I've dealt with that a number of times with two communities that I've had in my district. We recruited a company, and we've now fought them over all sorts of problems, whether it be pollution problems or workforce problems that they brought. But I believe there are types of jobs that we ought to be searching for Oklahoma, ones that reward people for a lifetime of work. Jobs that allow people to work and have a living wage and take care of their families. Jobs that allow our people to have a retirement at the end of giving a lifetime of working, and also having access to health care through their employment. Those jobs are available in Oklahoma, and we can create those if we do the right things, if we'll get serious at the state capitol and try to address the issues that plague Oklahoma that keeps us from recruiting those types of jobs to our state. I believe the Lieutenant Governor's job is one where you can create an office that becomes the Economic Development Center, that becomes the chief job recruiter for Oklahoma, as well as with tourism, because it is the third largest industry for our state, and really combine the two to build opportunities for the citizens in Oklahoma in every corner. And that's what I'm committed to do. I know firsthand what it's like out there. I can tell you, I watch my mom and dad both work 40 hours a week and still barely make ends meet. That's where most Oklahomans are at today. And I also know when I was in school, I was like everybody else. I had to work when I was growing up, just in the summers, to make sure I had money to buy school clothes with, because mom and dad didn't have the money to go do that when it came time to school to roll around. I didn't get to go buy the new Nikes or the new Reeboks that were out. Whatever I made in the summer, either mowing lawns or painting, that's what I had to buy clothes and get ready for school. And so I know what it is that average families are facing out there, and that's why I'm committed to making sure that we try to build real opportunities in this state. The other thing I'll tell you is I believe that there's some things we have to do if you're going to create opportunity in Oklahoma to create jobs. One is this. We have to modernize our classrooms in Oklahoma. We're still teaching school as if it was 100 years ago. And kids all learn different now. In fact, when I was in school, computers were just now becoming the thing. I remember the Apple computer, the big floppy disk and all that you did. There wasn't a thing you took home. But now these kids all carry a computer in their pocket. They all got these iPhones and Blackberries, and they're used to having information in an instance. And so we have to engage kids today in how they learn. Their attention spans are much shorter. And the idea that you go to the classroom today and say, turn to page 36, we're now going to read about this subject, doesn't work any longer. Kids learn in a whole different fashion. And we have to keep evolving as an education system to keep these kids engaged, keep them in school, to make sure that they're graduating and also have the skills necessary for the new economy we live in. The next thing I think we ought to do in Oklahoma, because other states have done it, and we're still sitting at the gate, is we must find a way to produce either more college graduates in this state or give our kids the skills they need to get good jobs. Now, a couple of states have done some things. One, California has one of the largest economies in the world. The reason why they have one of the largest economies is that they did something very smart in the 1970s. Their community colleges were virtually free for their first 2 years to their people that lived in the state. And what they did, they created in their state a workforce that filled these jobs like at Silicon Valley and other places that allows them to build the high-skilled, high-wage jobs that California now has that boost its economy. North Carolina has passed a program called the Learn to Earn program. In North Carolina, they virtually give every child the first 2 years of their college free or career tech, give them the skills they need in other areas. It may not be a college degree, but something like electricians, plumbers, masonry work, all those type of things, areas that we're short in today if you look at our economy. They have created this program. As long as the kid stays out of trouble, completes the curriculum requirements, is willing to give back to their state and community service while they're in college, they get those first few years for free. What that creates for us in Oklahoma, if we do that here, it gives us the advantage over the states that surround us in recruiting jobs. It gives us the advantage almost every other state in the union but a few. And other legislatures across the country are looking at this program. And in fact, what I'll tell you is it cost us about $25 million in Oklahoma to guarantee every child the opportunity to have that first 2 years of college free. A couple of things it'll do for us. One, those kids are likely to go on and get a 4-year bachelor's degree or complete an actual certificate program that allows them to get a good job. Secondly, what it allows us to do in the state is it allows ourselves to market to all areas of the economy and recruit not only in the United States but for jobs outside the United States that we can bring here. We must be looking as a state for the new global economy which we're in. And then what we end up doing for Oklahoma is we give our kids an opportunity to know that when they sit in the classroom and that they work hard, that there is light at the end of the tunnel and that they can go on to college. And what they're finding in North Carolina about doing this program is their dropout rate is decreasing in that state, and they're recruiting more jobs to many areas of the state that never had an opportunity to do that. That's the type of leadership we need to have in Oklahoma, to be innovative and be creative in what's happening.